I call myself a visual activist. I've been documenting different spaces where Black, lesbians, gay, and transgender people and some intersex people are at. I personally believe that photography is supposed to be about relationships even in the first place. It's not about like capturing subjects, but to say how do we relate to the people that we are with. As the South African government changed laws, we needed to change the image as well. I worked for an online magazine that looked at lesbian and gay, bisexual, transgender people in Africa as a whole. We heard the stories, we reported on some incidents and problems that the people were facing in their countries of origin, especially within the continent. There was always that missing link, the visual. The absence of the visual really compelled me to do the project that I'm doing. I knew that I wanted to take photos, but my life changed when I attended a market photo workshop, which is a school in Johannesburg founded by David Goldblatt. I'm so proud to say I'm connected to Goldblatt and how he has changed my way of thinking and challenged me in so many ways. I, Zanele Muholi, decided to focus mainly on Black lesbians because I didn't see many images that spoke to me when I came out. We need to have a reference point, we need to have a reference document. And this became something that I wanted, to remember. And also I want other people who come after me to have a sense of who they are, of who we are, and also an understanding of the people that existed before them. If we look at South African history, we read a lot about politics, but identity politics, like what I'm tackling now, they form part of that history. I think that classic feel and timelessness in black and white photo is what I'm trying to present. There are images in which you want to see color because most of our traditional fabrics or coats are colorful and it's easy. So for each and every color, there's a different meaning attached to it. So this is an ongoing project. I want to remember us, how we look now and how we live our lives right now and where we're going in the future. There are maybe 4 major pictures that changed my life, and I think that's how I became known. This is about passing and also a crisis within, with the self, where one tries hard to be something or someone else. This will always be the image that made Zanele the person that she is. It's a young couple that lived together when I lived in Johannesburg, and we were friends. You want to talk about violence that people experience in their spaces, in their townships and all, but you can't ignore the fact that there's intimacy and also how that intimacy becomes the root cause of the violence.
Right.
Because of women loving women, other people don't like the fact that there is this thing and how it's called this thing, and which provokes some things and make the perpetrator so violent in such a way that you even want to rape someone, you even want to kill someone because you have sinned. This is also one of the pictures that made me from the show. I've seen this person at Pride and also nearby where I lived in Johannesburg. She lived with Miss La Rochelle, who was more of a mother to a lot of young drag queens. And she mentored them. And Miss Divan was like La Rochelle's baby. And it took me 8 years to take an image of this person. And it was my dream to capture that image that could speak to me and also that would make her comfortable. Miss Divan is not a subject. Miss Divan is a human being who is a participant in my project. Without Miss Devan, there's no photography. So I think it's very important for us as photographers to rethink about our practice and also and change our way of thinking. To say, without what you see in front of you, you might as well keep your camera to yourself. But as long as you deal with human beings and have an understanding that they participate in your trade, you get it.